Smith and Nelson in the morning on 94.9 KYSS FM.
Smith and Nelson in the morning with 94.9 KYSS FM. Your chilly morning. Woo, getting going where we are here for the day.
Yeah.
In the low 20s right now. We'll get to upper 30s by the time it's all said and done. Low to mid 40s for your, or low to mid 30s. Don't get too excited. Low to mid 30s for your Tuesday tomorrow. All right, it's a Monday. That means time to recap with the weekend that was.
That's right. And my weekend was pretty low-key this time around. I mean, you may remember last weekend.
The opposite of low-key.
Yeah, last weekend, you may recall, I got punched in the face on Higgins at 1 a.m. And so decided, you know what? This weekend, it's going to be pretty quiet on the Mike Smith front, you know? So just chilled for the most part. Went to a couple of movies. Friday night, me and my girlfriend went to have dinner at Chow Mambo. And then went to go see Everything Everywhere All at Once over at the Roxy, which is a terrific new movie. It's very great. Michelle Yeoh is in it. And also Ki-Hu Kwan, who played Short Round in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and Data from the Goonies. Hasn't acted in like 30 years. He's incredible.
Nice.
He's in this movie. He's great in it. Yeah, it's a really good multiverse comedy action movie. So went to go see that Friday night, and then otherwise chilled that night. And then Saturday, also went to a movie, went to go see Ambulance, the new Michael Bay movie with Jake Gyllenhaal, and that was pretty solid, a fun enough time. Otherwise, that was it. That was the entire weekend. Like, just kind of chilled at home for the rest of the weekend, which was probably for the best.
Man, boring. Didn't show up with a black eye or
I know,
anything.
Right? Really gained a reputation for getting into fights around Missoula. Should have started something, I guess, but just pretty quiet.
We had friends that have been on their spring break for the last week. They went down to, they're from Washington, but they went down to like Utah, did some skiing, bounced over to Wyoming, went over to Big Sky.
Yeah.
Kind of Big Sky was their last kind of destination. And then as they were getting set to head home, I-90 all the way back to Washington, they pit stopped on the way back on Saturday, which was fun. They have two daughters, and, our two daughters, and, close in age, and so
Perfect.
They got to have a reunion, and then we all went out to lunch and took the kids to the park for a while and just kind of played catch up a little bit.
That's good.
Yeah, it was kind of fun.
Yeah, that's a cool time.
Hadn't seen them for a while, and then most of the weekend was pretty low key. One of my daughters went to a friend's house. The friend got a new puppy, so they all went over to check out the new puppy.
Okay, yeah.
My daughter ended up staying the night, so little more quiet around the house.
Yeah,
a typical Saturday night, and hey. Wasn't arguing with that.
Yeah, fair enough. Because the friend got a new puppy, are your daughters being trying to make that happen in your house?
not too bad.
Really?
That was the that's been the thing before in the past of I want a puppy,
right?
And been able to talk our way out of it. And I actually did think that after my wife and both daughters came home from seeing the puppy, I thought that would be the like, oh my gosh, and it wasn't. It actually wasn't. All
right,
surprisingly not, and that's good. And then yesterday was pretty low key, and ended up finishing up the night last night doing the old Easter egg coloring. So that ate up a couple hours.
There you go.
Did some eggs, and that was a wrap.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
So
pretty quiet weekend, I guess.
Not too busy, but one of those weekends where it's like there was just enough.
Where it felt full.
You just kept thinking a couple hours I got to do that, and then oh geez, tomorrow is this, and got to run there before I do that. Okay, so yeah, it was one of those ones where it wasn't much, just kind of laying around.
Yeah,
but it also wasn't too busy. So
fair enough.
We'll take it. All righty, on a Monday, there you go. Little recap the weekend that was. Smith and Nelson, it's KYSS.
When it's country and Drummond, he's Montana's country leader, 94.9 KYSS FM.
Montana's country leader, 94.9 KYSS FM. Smith and Nelson for your Monday. Look at weather for the day. We're going to see a high right around 40. Overnight temperatures next couple of nights in the low 20s. Then we've got a couple of days right now. They're saying be in the upper teens.
Okay.
Later in the middle of the week. Next couple of days, tomorrow, low 30s, mid to upper 30s for your Wednesday with a weather check for the morning. It's from Claim Jumper Casino.
That's right. Great food and entertainment come together at the Claim Jumper Casino, 3021 Brooks, Missoula, next to Southgate Mall.
Also talking about being kind of a breezy day as well. All right, we got Nashville news coming up. Your Music City 60 on the way. First, this is a cool food drive that they do over at the mall.
Yeah, they've been doing this. Did they do this last year, the last couple of years with COVID and everything?
I'm pretty sure they did it last year.
Okay.
I can't remember anything before that.
Gotcha. But
period.
Yeah.
Not when it comes to this or anything else in life.
Fair enough. I'm pretty sure they have done this for a while, though, and it is the return of CANdemonium.
Great name.
Over at the Missoula Food Bank. Absolutely a great name. Perfect. And basically, it's a food drive for the food bank, canned foods, all that kind of stuff, but with an added twist, because what they do is they have different contractors, architects, engineers all come together to create these different structures, these giant food can sculptures made entirely out of food cans, and put them on display at the mall.
And they have a theme.
Yes, yeah. This year it is space themed. So I posted on the KYSS website. I took the Facebook post from Missoula Food Bank that showed off one of these sculptures, which was called UF Food, and it's like a giant UFO created out of food cans. It's really cool.
It is cool looking.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you can check out the structures. They're up for this entire week over at the Southgate Mall, and the whole idea is that hey, you stop by, you go check out the structures, you check out the sculptures, kind of bask in the glory of them, and then while you're there, make a donation.
Bask in the glory of the structures. I love it.
But yeah, you make a donation for the Missoula Food Bank. These are going to be up until Friday, so you have until then to go to the mall and check them out.
It's like a sandcastle contest at the beach.
Yes,
just with canned food.
With canned food, exactly.
But very, very cool. Yeah, get over to the mall and check it out. All right, we've got details, a couple pictures too you can check out.
Yep.
And all the information, your KISS FM mobile app or KISSFM.com with CANdemonium. All right, Nashville news for the morning. Your Music City 60 is on with 94.9 KISS FM.
What they say, what they tweet, what they do, it's what's making news in the world of country music. This is the Music City 60 on 94.9 KISS FM.
Country star Brett Young has a new song that's part of the upcoming movie Father Stew, starring Mark Wahlberg. Brett's song Long Way Home will be featured in the film that's coming to theaters Wednesday, April 13th. Brett made a statement recently saying that he met Mark Wahlberg golfing not too long ago, and Mark told Brett about this film project, Father Stew, and asked if Brett could write a song that captured the spirit of the film. Brett, along with some fellow songwriters, came up with Long Way Home. You can look for it wherever you download music. Country star Carrie Underwood made her fans very happy last week. She announced a new album set to come out in June. She's calling it Denim and Rhinestones. You can pre-order the album now. The tracks on the new release will include her latest single, Ghost. Watch for the new album on June 10th. And tonight is the night for the CMT Awards. Country star Kenny Chesney's agreed to close out the show with a performance. He's up for 2 CMT Awards this year. He'll perform live with his band to make the awards show complete. Watch it tonight on CBS. I'm Tiama Fulton. Catch you later.
And now you're in the know with Nashville. Smith and Nelson's Music City 60, 94.9 KISS FM. This is what's newsy and noteworthy with Smith and Nelson on 94.9 KISS FM.
Yes, it is what's newsy and noteworthy for your morning. And like I was saying a few minutes ago, we talked about it last week. Elon Musk bought a significant stake in Twitter and was going to join the board of directors. It looks like he's not joining that board anymore.
That was short.
Yeah, I think it was Thursday or Friday it was announced that he was joining it, and now this morning the CEO of Twitter announced that Elon Musk has decided not to join the board. I guess they had a lot of discussions about him joining it. They were going to make him effectively on the board on the 9th, but Elon shared that same morning. No, not going to do it. And they all kind of believe it's for the best. They think they have different values and all that kind of stuff. But he still has a big share in the company now. He has 14.9% of Twitter. So he's still going to be the biggest shareholder, open to his input, but he's not on the board anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Story about an Alabama construction company accidentally demolishing the wrong home. The lady that owns the home, it had belonged to her grandparents before being passed on to her. Family members called her and told her that while she was away working, they destroyed the house.
Wow.
So she cried and hired an attorney. She's going to sue the construction company because they have not offered even an apology.
Wow, what?
Or a new home. That's
nuts. That is.
I think there's a difference when you roll up to a place.
Yeah.
And being able to tell, okay, this place is ready to be torn down.
That's one of those situations where you really want to double check the address, right?
Exactly.
Just to really make sure. Yeah. I mean, it's good that she wasn't home while that was happening, I guess.
Can you imagine?
That's good.
Imagine, though, being your grandparents passed down to you.
Yeah.
And,
that's terrible.
It hurts.
The Academy has spoken. Will Smith banned from the Oscars for the next 10 years. And that includes all other Academy events as well. But he gets to keep the Oscar that he won this year. He can still be nominated and win Oscars while he's banned. He just won't be able to go to the ceremony. And he can still go to like the after party and everything. So really, he just gets to skip the 4-hour ceremony.
I was going to say, it seems like the best thing possible. You don't
Honestly,
have to go to the boring show. Still win? Yeah. Not too shabby. Story, it says, how is this one pizza place in Dallas keeping employees happy? That would be that not only are they giving them full benefits, stock options, 401k plans.
That always helps.
Also offering up free tattoos.
All right.
And you can help choose the pizzeria's music playlist. They say those are the options that are keeping customers happy.
That's some solid perks.
No, you're going to leave? No, wait. You can choose the iPod here. You can. Says allows them. Says all we care about is making a great pizza, taking care of our drivers, taking care of our customers.
Yeah.
And it says everybody just seems to be happy since they've kind of thrown in the extra goodies.
That's pretty cool. Love that. The New York Times did some analysis to figure out the most optimal words to begin a game of Wordle. Because, New York Times owns Wordle now.
So these would be like the best ones to pick that are going to...
that you want to start off with for Wordle. They say the best starting word for Wordle is crane. Like C-R-A-N-E. Those letters pop up a lot on Wordle, and they use a digital bot to optimize the results. They say if people use the word crane first, that it's more likely that you'll have fewer guesses to get to what the actual word is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. ABC says they're moving Dancing with the Stars to Disney+. Disney says Dancing with the Stars has entertained fans for 16 years on ABC, if you can believe that. We're excited to bring the beloved show exclusively to Disney Plus as the platform's first ever live series.
That's pretty wild. This is like the official start of the death of network TV, I feel like.
Yeah.
I know it's projecting a little bit into the future, but I feel like, once you move the reality shows and the live shows from the networks to the streaming services, what's going to be left?
I guess you can look at it that way. Also, you can kind of look at it as for people that are, fans of certain shows, if they kind of reached their peak on network TV.
Yeah.
You can at least kind of maybe think there'll be a backup place they could go.
Right.
They can still squeeze out a couple seasons.
Exactly.
I don't know, but first live series that you would actually pull up Disney Plus and be set to watch it when it airs.
That's pretty crazy.
It's going to be Dancing with the Stars. I'm not even sure there are any stars left for the show at this point.
They've run through all the stars. they must have done a greatest hits season or whatever, right? Bring back all the biggest stars from the seasons.
I don't know if they have or not, to be honest.
That's a thing that most reality shows do at some point, right?
That's how in tune I am with Dancing with the Stars. I don't know.
No idea.
Good idea if they have it, though.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Newsy and noteworthy. It's KISS.
Work's a lot more fun when you win cash. And this spring, we've doubled the cash. You won't have to worry about those annoying bills this month. Win cash up to $10,000. Open our app for full rules and info. Make sure you listen at 20 past every hour. Work days from 8 to 5 for the double dollars code words to enter and win cash. Brought to you by
The Advocates Injury Attorneys. You deserve an advocate. Smith & Nelson's Odds and Ends on 94.9 KISS FM.
Yes, it is. Some odds and ends for your morning. The final season of Better Call Saul premieres next week. I'm very excited about it. And the creator just made an announcement this past weekend that Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul, the two stars of Breaking Bad, will appear on this final season of Better Call Saul in some capacity, which is pretty awesome. I kind of wish they didn't announce that ahead of time. That would have been a really fun surprise, but still, I'm pretty excited about it.
You can't keep anything a surprise these days.
That's also true, yeah. So, Breaking Bad fans, probably going to look forward to that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Good old story about Florida man. Florida police recently arrested a man for having a live alligator in his truck. When they stopped the man, they knew he had a suspended license. They were stunned when they saw an alligator just riding around in the bed of the pickup truck. He was taken to jail. No word on what happened to the gator, but that's pretty much just another day in the life of Florida man.
That just sounds about right.
Throw the gator in the bed and let's go.
DiGiorno is rolling out 3 breakfast pizzas with a croissant crust. They're called breakfast croissant pizzas. They don't have traditional pizza sauce on them, but there are 3 varieties: Egg Benedict, sausage and gravy, and cinnamon roll croissant. So there you go. If you eat some breakfast in the morning, you can stock up on some frozen pizzas, and there you go. You're good to go.
Doesn't sound too shabby, actually. This might be my favorite story of the day. It says 2 Dallas, Texas roommates recently got into a fight. I mean, roommates are going to fight.
Sure.
Come on, you spend so much time with each other. Recently got into a fight over what a mosquito looks like.
Okay. Doesn't seem like that seems like a pretty clear-cut, definitive answer.
I don't know how you end up starting with that as the topic, and then all of a sudden it comes to blows.
Yeah.
But that's what happened. One of the men was charged with assault because he threw the first punch. And then I love how it ends, and it says, "The men are expected to be okay." I feel like you should know.
Yeah.
If you have the story about them fighting and then getting arrested, you should probably know that,
they're probably fine.
they're either okay or they're not.
Yeah, but that's ridiculous.
There you go. Fighting over what a mosquito looks like.
They could have just Googled the picture of mosquito, right? Couldn't that just easily fix the problem?
It doesn't say in the story, but I'm going to guess maybe a couple beverages involved there.
That would make sense, yeah. Ed Sheeran just shared that for years now, he's been filming his entire recording process for his albums because he's been hit with a few plagiarism lawsuits.
Hey, that makes sense.
Yeah, so people have claimed that he's stealing songs and stuff here and there. So now he just films everything, the entire process in the studio, everything, and that kind of helps out if there's going to be like an Ed Sheeran documentary in the future. Just take all the footage that he's been filming. But after all the issues that he's had with lawsuits in the past, he's like, I'm not dealing with that anymore. I'm filming the entire process.
Got to cover your butt, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
I guess so.
Man. All right, a couple on this dates for you. This date, 1964, the 8-track tape was created.
Okay.
This date, 1981, President Ronald Reagan returned to the White House after recovering from an assassination attempt. And this isn't really this date in history, but over the weekend, Sonic the Hedgehog made $71 million.
It did well. Did real well.
That did better than a lot of people thought it would.
Yeah.
Of course, the big movie that takes place in Montana, Sonic the Hedgehog. It was our plan to go see it this weekend. And
really?
Got too busy and didn't make it happen. So my daughter really wants to see it.
Okay.
She loved the first one.
And I'm sure you will see it eventually.
We'll see it probably this next weekend.
All right.
All right, there you go. Odds and ends for your morning. It's KISS.
When it's country in Ronan, it's Montana's country leader, 94.9 KISS FM.
Montana's country leader, 94.9 KISS FM. Smith and Nelson doing it for you Monday and living it up like kings in the studio. And I say that because Crumble Cookies was just delivered. Breakfast is served. Mondays, we get to sample flavors of the week with Crumble. They do new flavors every week. Debut those on Monday, get them all week long. And
exactly.
Then, next Monday, another set of flavors. And every Monday, we get to talk with Heather from Crumble Cookies. Good morning, Heather.
Good morning, guys.
How does this Monday find you?
It finds me quite well.
Excellent.
I'm excited about the new flavors.
All right. Well, let's break them down. Flavors of the week. What are we going to be snacking on here?
Oh, let's start with, I think leading up to Easter week, they say this one is Easter Bunny approved.
All right.
I think all of these this week are Easter Bunny approved, so get ready. It's our carrot cake. I love this cookie. So it's just your classic carrot cake, but just in cookie form. Delicious, rich cream cheese frosting. We put pecans along the top, carrots inside. It's so delicious.
Easter Bunny approved. I love it. That's great.
Yes. If you go to the mall and you see the Easter Bunny, he'll probably be snacking on one of these carrot cake cookies.
Yeah, it's probably in his back pocket for sure.
Be great.
Yeah, might get smushed a little bit with the kid sitting on his lap. But,
what was that?
Easter Bunny don't care about that.
What was that? That's my carrot cake cookie from Crumble.
Yeah, just yum. We're maybe not painting the best picture of this cookie,
Sure
but
it's a good cookie.
I feel like we're painting.
It's a good cookie.
I feel like we're painting the picture of Crumble cookies. You can take them anywhere.
Anywhere. Have them everywhere. Our next one is cookies and cream, and this one, I love the Oreo-based cookies served warm. This one, we've kind of revamped it a little bit, so it will look different to you, but it's the same delicious goodness.
We were wondering if this was a new cookie or not, so that makes sense, yeah.
I know, right? So I think what we did a little differently is instead of just being like, our like vanilla cookie with Oreo chunks, we've kind of marbled some of that dark Oreo dough with our vanilla dough and chunks full of cookies and cream.
Definitely, you bite into it, delicious. You taste the chocolate.
Yeah,
Oreo.
Definitely. It's got that Oreo. It almost tastes like Oreo cereal, like a little bit. I wasn't sure exactly why, but it tastes great.
Yeah, it's so good, and the drizzle of the white chocolate on top is just yummy. Tops it off perfectly.
All right, two down, two to go.
Two to go. One of my most. I'm looking at this. I've got like all my favorites this week.
This is the greatest hits collection.
I know. You get so pumped. Peanut butter featuring Muddy Buddies. So this is just our classic peanut butter cookie. We put our milk chocolate smeared all over the top, topped with 3 pieces of Muddy Buddies, and sprinkled with a light dusting of powdered sugar.
Yeah, any variation on the peanut butter cookie, like thumbs up, A+. I mean,
I know. I'm right there with you.
Plus
One of my faves.
Plus, you feel like you're getting a cookie, and you're getting like a little extra bonus snack.
That's
true.
The
the Muddy Buddy pieces.
We always like those bonus Scooby snacks on top.
Yes, we do.
Sure. And then our chilled cookie in our box this week is our chilled lemon bar. And this cookie is just chock full of lemon, delicious citrus yumminess. So it's zesty lemon cookie smothered with lemon bar topping, and then also some powdered sugar on that one.
Yeah, this is probably my favorite cookie of the week this week. I always love the chilled cookies and the lemon flavoring, which really adds a lot to it.
Yeah, it does. I like lemon flavoring as well.
If you're one of the people that reach for the lemon filled donut in the box, this is specifically this is for you. You're gonna love this one. So good.
It's so good. And then this week we've got our classic pink sugar, and of course our perfect milk chocolate chip.
All right, wraps up Heather's greatest hits box of cookies for the week there. forget the Easter theme. They went with Heather's favorites.
Now that's what I call cookies.
That's right. I think so too. I think so.
That's great. All right. Well, big old party box of cookies probably be perfect for Easter Sunday.
Yeah, I think it would. It starts the weekend off perfectly.
There you go. All right. Anybody want to impress with the Sunday plans for Easter? Pick up some crumble and take them to your brunch there. All right. Crumble on North Reserve. Catering, check. You do that. Delivery, check. You do that.
Yep. Delicious cookies in a pink box. Check, check, check.
Plus ice cream too.
Yeah, crumble cream.
Crumble cream too. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, those are yummy flavors. Yummy flavors this time.
Flavors of the week, cookies and cream. You got the carrot cake, the lemon bar, and the peanut butter featuring Muddy Buddies. Heather, thank you as always for giving us the rundown on a Monday.
You are welcome. We'll chat next Monday, and you guys have the best week.
Back at you. Enjoy your Easter. We'll talk to you Monday.
Bye-bye.
There you go. Heather from Crumble Cookies. Everything we just talked about is going to get put into a big old party box.
Exactly.
And delivered to someone on Friday.
Yeah, delivered for free Cookie Friday. I'll be out delivering Crumble Cookies to somebody's workplace. The Win Stuff page is the place to go, KissFM.com or your free Kiss FM app.
94.9 KISS FM.
In Missoula.
And as country leader, 94.9 KISS FM with Smith and Nelson. Your Music City 60 is on the way here in just moments. But first, anytime a celebrity visits town, you like to leave them with the thought of, boy, that was the scariest place I've ever been to. That's how we're selling it.
That is what one person thought, at least. So a few months back, it was, I believe, beginning of October here in Missoula.
Okay.
It was end of September, October, and the Roxy Theater here in town was doing a David Lynch month. So they were showing a bunch of David Lynch movies, which David Lynch, famed film director, one of my favorites, born in Missoula. I mean, he was born in Missoula, moved out when he was like 2 months old, but like still technically on the birth certificate. Exactly. Missoula technically his hometown. And so they were doing a David Lynch month at the Roxy and showing a bunch of his movies. And the last night that they were doing it, they were showing Mulholland Drive, which is my favorite of David Lynch's movies. And it was paired up with a performance from Rebecca Del Rio, who is in Mulholland Drive performing and has worked with David Lynch a few times. And so that was a pretty cool experience, going to see the show, seeing Rebecca Del Rio perform, do a Q&A with the movie and stuff. And recently, she was doing this interview with IndieWire, and she ended up bringing up Missoula and how weird it was to be performing in like David Lynch's hometown, and then describe Missoula as one of the scariest places she's ever been to.
Come on.
I mean, I'll just read like a snippet of the story here, but she says, like, it was only after ending up in a creepy warehouse, encountering a man that reminded me of the monster near the trash can behind Winky's, which is from the movie, escaping within an inch of my life, and then finally ending up at a bougie restaurant having the very best Mexican food outside of Mexico City, did I realize I was just within the limits of the strangest story in the safest and scariest place on earth.
Technically, she also called us the safest.
She also called us the safest, but the scariest one was thrown in there too. It was the dual nature of Missoula that really got to her.
I feel like that whole quote from her is a little bit of an over-exaggeration to the fullest.
Maybe just a little bit. I was talking to a few people from the Roxy too, because we were kind of going back because the Roxy got like a shout out in the article, and we're kind of trying to figure out like what was the Mexican food place that she was talking about. We think it was the Camino. We're pretty sure she was talking about the Camino. But yeah, just a kind of weird Missoula shout out from Rebecca Del Rio. Like, yeah, we'll take it.
That's funny. In a interview on a completely different topic, she kind of brought that up.
Yeah, just independently, she just threw that in there.
Kind of funny.
Yeah.
All right, if you want to check out that story, you can. We've got it for you with your KISS FM mobile app as we check Nashville news for your morning. It's your Music City 60 with KISS.
What they say, what they tweet, what they do, it's what's making news in the world of country music. This is the Music City 60 on 94.9 KISS FM.
Country star Brett Young has a new song that's part of the upcoming movie Father Stew, starring Mark Wahlberg. Brett's song Long Way Home will be featured in the film that's coming to theaters Wednesday, April 13th. Brett made a statement recently saying that he met Mark Wahlberg golfing not too long ago, and Mark told Brett about this film project, Father Stew, and asked if Brett could write a song that captured the spirit of the film. Brett, along with some fellow songwriters, came up with Long Way Home. You can look for it wherever you download music. Country star Carrie Underwood made her fans very happy last week. She announced a new album set to come out in June. She's calling it Denim and Rhinestones. You can pre-order the album now. The tracks on the new release will include her latest single, Ghost. Watch for the new album on June 10th. And tonight is the night for the CMT Awards. Country star Kenny Chesney's agreed to close out the show with a performance. He's up for 2 CMT Awards this year. He'll perform live with his band to make the awards show complete. Watch it tonight on CBS. I'm Tamma Fulton. Catch you later.
And now you're in the know with Nashville. Smith and Nelson's Music City 60, 94.9 KISS FM. Now you know newsworthy nugget of the day with Smith and Nelson on 94.9 KISS FM.
Brought to you by Farside Sign, Missoula's leading full-service sign and custom vehicle graphic shop. Farside Sign in the 2200 block of South Avenue West.
All right, nugget time. That is when we give you a little piece of information for the morning. We try to find a little something that wouldn't necessarily be known as common knowledge.
Exactly.
Learn a little something.
And this is one that may be common knowledge, maybe it's not, but one of my top 3 cereals, probably Fruit Loops. I'm a big Fruit Loops fan.
Okay.
And did you know...
There is your nugget of the day.
Exactly. Smith, big Fruit Loops guy. Kellogg's admits that every color of Fruit Loops is just the same flavor. They're upfront about that. That's your nugget for the day. They don't try to pretend that there are different fruits that are kind of thrown in there.
Just different coloring.
Yeah. The flavor they are is just fruit. As in F-R-O-O-T.
Yes, right.
They don't even try to pretend that it's real fruit or any kind of specific fruit. They just like to say that it is fruit.
So anybody that's eating it and going, yeah. I can taste that.
I can taste the pears in this. Yeah, no, you can't taste any of that because none of it is actual fruit.
All the same.
Yeah, so there you go. Fruit Loops. Kellogg's is very upfront.
At least they are upfront.
At least they're not trying to pretend like, oh yeah, we use like 16 different fruits to create this beautiful ingredient. Like, no, it's just all sugar. There you go. Need to or not. Now you know.